All right, hello, engineers of Engineering 1620. Today I will be showing you a little thing on how to make a class ring in Inventor. Basically, make this on your computer and be able to print it out into the real world. This is really just kind of a practice run for me, but I thought I'd record it. Maybe it would be useful. So, all right. So, what are we going to be doing today? So, if you remember from high school, or any class ever, you have two. When you draw a graph, you have a y-axis and you have an x-axis. And if you're not really familiar with 3D yet, we have a third axis called the z-axis that kind of comes off the screen right at you, and that's how our 3D world works. So, what we're going to be doing today is going to be drawing a circle in the XY plane, and we're drawing another one right there too. And we're going to pull this ring shape off the screen at you into a 3D ring. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So let's go to Inventor. And the first thing you're going to do, I'm going to be falling all over myself during this. So just click New and New. And then just keep all the defaults, hit Create. All right. Now we are floating in space, and I don't see anything. What do we do? All right. So in order to see anything, we're gonna go over and we're gonna click this little arrow down here, and you see all these planes. Ooh, wow! I didn't know those were there. So in order to see these things, we can right-click and click Visibility on each one. All right. So now we have our three planes, but all I really see is just a square here. Doesn't look very 3D to me. So what you can do is you can go over to this object over here, and you can drag it around. Look at all these planes and stuff. A good button is this little home button right here, because it'll bring you back to this view all the time. Sometimes you can zoom out and like it's gone. What do I do? You just click home and go right back. Now you can also click on these things here, like go to the front face, click this little corner, you get this little, I think it's called orthographic view or something, right face, this little edge here, all kinds of things with this little cube of wonder. You can also click this little hand right here, drag it around. I don't know why you do that. Just if you're looking at detail stuff. Don't click on those. I don't know what those do. So let's go to. So what we're gonna do, as I said, we're gonna draw this circle. And we're gonna pull it out. So where are we gonna draw this circle? We're gonna draw it in the XZ plane, and the reason we're gonna do that is because the printers are moody and we have to listen to them. So, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on this XZ plane, and you're gonna click Create Sketch right there. All right. So now we're gonna make two circles in this plane. So in order to draw a circle in Inventor, if you look around, if you see anything, whoa, circle! That is so convenient. All right. So I'm gonna move my little cursor here until it turns green, because that's like right down the center of the z-axis. I'm gonna click and I'm gonna drag it somewhere. And when you actually do this, you should measure in your mind, take a ruler out, and figure out what actual dimension, if you want to. This would be 1 inch in diameter. So yeah, you will actually want to measure this out, but right now I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. So that's gonna be our outer part of the ring. So if you look here, it's gonna be this outer part. And then, whoops. Now, if you click something like stuck, what you can do is you hit escape, and it just goes away, magic. All right, so now we're gonna make another circle. Let's click circle. I'm gonna make our little cursor green again. And now this is gonna be our inner circle. So if you want a really, really thin ring, we'll go out here. If you want like a CD looking ring, it'd be like right in here. If you want an impossible ring, you can put it out here, but I just don't do that. So I'm gonna eyeball it, put it right about here-ish. Remember, you don't want to actually take out a ruler, like think about these dimensions when you're doing it. And oh no, like this is stuck again. What do I do? Hit escape. It goes away. All right. So finish sketch. So now we have this circle on this XZ plane of ours. So I'm gonna go back to home because now I'm upside down or something. I don't know. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna extrude this out. So we're gonna click extrude. And this box is going to come up. So it already clicks on profile for you, and the profile is what you are extruding. So you can go over here and hover until the inner part of your circle where your ring is going to be turns like a little lighter shade of gray. You can also extrude like the cylinder thing here, but don't do that. So click on that, and whoa, this isn't a ring. This is like a pipe. All right, let's make it smaller. So what happened is it extruded out a whole inch, and And our ring is kind of small because I just eyeballed it. That's a lot. So we're gonna make it smaller. Let's try zero point 0.5. Basically, you just kind of play around with the numbers until it works, or just measure it and do it that way. But let's try 0.3. Still looks a little fat. 0.2. Turn around. I'm gonna make it 0.19. Yeah, looks good to me. All right, so we're gonna click this little checkbox right there, and there you go. Now, say you made it, so you clicked OK, and it's like a pipe now, and now it's gone. Are you doomed? You have to start over? No. What's the great thing about Inventor is you can go back and change stuff. So I can right click over here, and I can hit Edit Feature, and I can. Now here I am again. I can change, whatever I want. I can do all this stuff, complicated stuff, and yeah, you can go back edit stuff whenever you want. So the next thing we're gonna do. So now we have this basic ring shape down. It's pretty nice, but who wants to wear this kind of ring? Just kind of lame cylinder thing. So how about we add some text on the outside, like this, and this is called embossing, or engraving. So I'm gonna go back to home, and let's see. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna write. It's kind of weird in Inventor. You're gonna write some text on a plane, and then you're going to tell it to cut it out of this face. So first we have to have a plane to work on, right? So we're going to go over to plane, click this down arrow, and we're going to click offset from plane, and just choose this one in the middle right here. What is this? The XY plane. So we're going to click this, and then we're going to let's try 3. No, you want it to be off the ring, so like 0.5. Yeah, 0.5 works pretty well. So I'm going to click OK. And remember, these numbers might be a little different depending on how big your ring is. So now we got this plane here. So we're going to make a sketch on here. So you click it, and then you hover over. Oh, you don't want to do that. Click Create Sketch. There we go. All right, so now we're going to put some text on here. So I'm going to go over to Text and just drag a big box out. All right, so the text is kind of annoying, Inventor. I'll show you the little quirks it has. I'm just going to, write... so if you start typing, it's going to... why am I getting all these lines here? Well, it has to do with the width of your text box. I'll show you to change that. So for right now, I'm just going to write go who's. Let's go look like that. See, I didn't want these 2 lines. I just want it to look normal. So what we're going to do, first I got this annoying cursor again. I'm going to hit escape, so that goes away. All right. And so now I'm going to adjust this text box here. I'm just going to pull it out. There we go. That nice in one line. But I don't really like this font, and I don't really like this size. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, right? So I'm going to double click on the text, going to come back. And whenever you make any change to the text, you have to highlight it first. That took me like an hour to figure that out. So I'm going to change this to just a little bit more. I don't know, 5. And I'm going to make it, let's see, I like Arial. Arial's a nice font, nice and friendly. Arial, there it is. I'm going to make it bold, too. Go who's, right? All right, there we go. So another thing you want to do is kind of make this centered on here. It doesn't matter too much, but I don't know, it just makes it a little easier to work with. So we're going to finish up that sketch. All right, now for the hardest part of the entire project. So we're going to click Emboss over here. And this is where things get scary. All right, so this is an embossment right here. An emboss is when it's sticking out from the face. So like if you rub your finger along here, like goes who's would be like sticking up from it. And then this is going to cut it out of the face, which is what you have here. You can project it out from the face. It might look a little funky, but I don't know. It might look cool. So I'm going to click this one right here. And you want to click this Wrap to Face button because it just makes your life easier. Just click it. And so we have to click what face it's going to be. So we're going to click this one right here. And, things always happen with the boss every time. All right, so boss profile. Okay, first you have to click the text. Okay, and then you're going to click engrave from face, wrap to face, and then click on your face. Okay. What happened? Oh no, it's on the other side of the ring. I don't want that, right? So let's see. I'm gonna go back to home. So what you can do is I'm gonna edit this feature again. Click edit feature, and when this happens, it's just kind of frightening. But all you have to do is just click switch this over to this box right here. All right, there you go. Go who's. Let's see. Yeah, so I think that's good. So now we have this embossment here. You can also write stuff on the other side, like I did. Yeah. So now we're gonna round off these edges here because you don't want just like this big cylinder on your ring. You want a nice smooth edges here. See. So the way to do that, Inventor, is called what is it? Fillet. Yes. So we're gonna click fillet. Might be fillet, I don't know, like fillet of fish. So click fillet, and you're gonna click on this edge right here when it gets highlighted. All right, so whoa, that looks crazy. I don't want that. So let's make this radius of filleting a lot smaller. And sometimes if it's too small, you have this little arrow. It'll tell you try a smaller radius. So let's try 0.05. That's like nothing. So I'm gonna make it bigger, 0.09. Maybe 0.58. That look like 5.9. It's not gonna let me do that. Yeah, just kind of play around with the numbers until it works. 7. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay. I actually don't like that a whole lot. I'm gonna change it up. Edit feature. Yeah. Let's see. 6. 6 is not taking that. 9. 8. I'm trying to make it the smallest it will accept. I'll probably cut this part out. So you have to say here, watch me fiddle with it. 6. Yeah, looks good to me. Okay. So now we're going to go and fill the other parts. So fill it right here. And we're gonna, ooh, that looks like a little too much. Actually, it looks fine. Here we go. And I'm gonna come down to this part, do the same thing down here. Fill it here. There we go. And fill it here. If you have a really complex part with many different curves and you try to fillet it, it'll like make your computer run super hot and stuff. Like it's like a big calculation it has to do. I think. Oh, well, it looks like my text is kind of sticking through the ring here. I don't want that. So let's go back to this emboss, and I'm gonna hit edit feature, and I am going to make the depth. Let's see, 0.0. It's gonna have to recalculate all that stuff. It'll take a little bit, but there we go. All right, yeah, now it's not sticking through the ring. All right, and the rest of this thing is kind of yours. So I'm gonna show you how to put a V on here, like I did. But I mean, you can really put anything on here you want. So let's go over to this other side, and I'm gonna say, let's see, plane offset from plane. Make another word plane here. So click that, and 0.5 seemed to work last time. So let's see. Oh, if you make a plane and it's on the wrong side of the ring, what you can do is edit it. Let's see, edit feature. It's mentioned. You can put it in negative, and it's going to go to the other side. Yep. Okay, and you kind of want to write things on the orange side, blue side, and it's kind of annoying. How do I flip this around? So what I can do is click on the plane, or plane 2, so it's yes. And I can right click, and I can flip normal. All right, now we get the nice orange side. All right, so what you can do is you can emboss this V on here, but it's going to kind of curve with the ring if you do that. I think there might be a way to not do that, but I'm going to show you how to extrude this onto there. It makes it look pretty nice. So I'm going to make some text. So first we have to make a sketch on here. So right click and hit new sketch. And I'm gonna make some text. Put a big old V here. I can't remember what font I used. I remember I researched which font the V was. I'll figure out by class. But let's see. I don't know. It's Comic Sans V. I'm feeling Comic Sans right now. There we go. All right. That looks a little weird. So let's make it bigger. I will not change the Comic Sans though. Let's see, make this 0.2. I already have to highlight it in order to work. It's annoying. Make it a little bit bigger. I like to be a little bigger than the ring. So let's see, 0.25. There we go. Make it even a little bit bigger. 0.23. I didn't highlight the text, so it didn't work. 0.2. There we go. All right. There's our Comic Sans V. All right. So I'm going to extrude this down to the ring. But if I extrude it, it's going to be a big, big V here. Well, let's just fail, and I'll show you how to fix it. So let's see. I'm going to click extrude. And extruding is much easier than embossing, I'll tell you. So profile, what are we extruding? We're going to extrude this V. We don't want to extrude it that way. So what we can do is we can click this to go the other way. And make sure you're not, let's see if I put like a 9 here. Make sure you're not going way like through your ring like this. That's no good. Let's see, edit feature. Let's see, what was it? Like 0.2. Yeah, so this is good, but I don't know, this V is gonna like bump into stuff when I'm walking down the hallway. Like, so this is a kind of inconvenient ring. So how do I make this not go so much when I start from so far away? Well, I can change where I start from. So if I click on this plane, I can hit Edit Dimension. And instead of 0.5 away from this part, I'm going to make it 0.3, say? Oh, that's inside the ring. Let's do 0.4. What does that look like? 0.4. I'll make it a little bit bigger. And what's cool is this emboss is going to follow you as you're doing it. It's going to update with you. So, Edit Dimension. Let's say 0.4. There we go. And it's sticking through the ring here. It looks a little uncomfortable on my finger, so I'm going to make this extrusion a little bit less. So edit feature. And I'm going to say 0.18. Say. 1. Alright, and here is our stylish ring. Go Who's and V Comic Sans. Alright, cool. Definitely get all the ladies with this. All right, I need to cut that part out. So, what are we gonna do now? So we're gonna make a CAD. Yes. So now you have this wonderful ring in here. If you want to make it look nicer, you can go over here and look at the different ways it looks. So you can make it shaded. You can make it wireframe. You can, I don't know. It's just a way to like play around with it, visualize it before you print it out. But how do you get this nice like exportable 3D thing? And the printer actually understands this file here. So this is called an STL file, and 3D viewers like this and 3D printers know how this works. So I'm gonna go back to where it was. It was like shape of edges. There we go. So we're going to do file. And make sure you're like saving your work as you're going on. I didn't really save this. Yeah, part 3. Sure, save. And so we're gonna go to file, and we're gonna go to what is it? If I remember correctly, export. And it's going to be a CAD format. And you want it. This is very, very important. So we clicked. I'm gonna go back. So make sure you know. All right. So file and export and CAD format. And then right down here, you must go down and click STL file. That is very, very, very important. All right, so now we're going to click Save. Okay, now if I go in my File Explorer, and what did I call it, Part 3? Bam, look at that. There it is. And the printer is going to understand how this works. And so the way the printer is going to work, it's going to kind of lay this flat. This V sticking down here is going to might cause a little bit of a problem, but we'll figure it out. So the printer is going to go down. It's going to print each layer of this going all the way up. It's going to print it out just like that. I don't know if that's right, but yeah, it should be laying flat on this surface. Probably did it on the wrong plane. I'll figure that out. Yeah, so that's pretty much how you do it, and I'm pretty sure you can just kind of plug this into the 3D printer and it'll work. See, I'll figure out what plane this should have been right now. So if this was X, what is this? XZ. What did we extrude from? It was YZ. So you want to extrude from the XY plane, looks like, because that's what it's going to be laying flat on. So yeah, extrude from the XY plane in the beginning, not from the YZ plane, because then it's going to print out like this when it should be printing out, nice and flat like that. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, go Who's. Yay.